not so certain that I'm going to enjoy introducing our next guest, because them give me a word that it's too early to say. But this morning we're talking about a very important national activity that will be happening in the communities across the island. Well, it has started, the Jamaica Health and Lifestyle Survey 4, also known as JHLS 4. Director of the Epidemiology Research Unit at the Caribbean Institute for Health Research, Professor Trevor Ferguson. I like when him go, so that means I got it right. And Dr. Andreen Grant, who is more difficult. She's the Director of the Epidemiological Research and Data Analysis Unit at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and they're here to share details. Good morning to you both. Hopefully I don't have to say that word again during this interview.
Good morning.
Yeah, great to have you. They usually say ladies first, but I'm going to start with the prof this morning. What we're talking about here?
So we're talking about the Jamaica Health and Lifestyle Survey. So this is the fourth iteration of a national health examination survey, where we're seeking to recruit approximately 4,000 persons across the island to provide information on health, particularly the chronic diseases, including diabetes, hypertension, heart disease. We also look at health risk factors, so health behaviors like physical activity, diet, nutrition, sleep, and other factors, things related to healthcare access and attitudes towards healthcare. And this is geared towards providing information for the Ministry of Health and other bodies to guide health policy and planning.
Okay. Dr. Andreen, I suspect the fact that I said 4, you've done 3 already.
Yes. So
how often do we do this?
it is done periodically. So we have done 3 iterations. Of course, this is based on funding, because this is a very large survey. And this survey is going to build on the others. So not only is it going to provide information on the health status now, but it will also be able to track disease trends over time.
Okay, when last did we do one?
The last one was in 2017.
2017,
yes.
So where are we now, 2026?
Yes.
9
years.
Yes.
Is that the span that it ought to be, or should it be done quicker, or what?
Ideally, it should be every 5 years.
Every 5 years.
So we are hoping that over time we will be able to get the funding so we can do these periodic surveys.
Prof, is it like the regular polls that we do, that you go into a community and you talk to 1,000 people and that gives you a kind of feel of everything, or no?
So this is a similar but a bit more. So this is a health examination survey. It involves asking questions about health.
Like what?
Well, in terms of persons' history of health conditions, have you had diabetes? Have you had hypertension? Have you had a heart attack? What is your physical activity profile? Do you exercise? What do you eat? So those information about your health and health behaviors. But in addition to that, we also do measurements of your height, weight, various circumferences like waist circumference, hip circumference. We will measure neck circumference this time around as part of evaluation of sleep risk. And also we do finger prick sampling for blood to check like your blood sugar, your cholesterol levels. And we also do blood samples, venous blood samples, to look at more details like...
What kind of blood sample?
Venous blood from the vein. Right, so that we can assess things like blood count, whether persons have anemia, kidney function, and we're also collecting urine to assess things like protein excretion and salt intake.
Dr. Andreen, we're a country of conspiracy theorists. So why you want to know my size and what you're going to do with it, and not giving you my blood and stuff like that? I suspect you hear a lot of that from people, don't you?
Well, probably not as much as you might think, but I'm sure that the conspiracy theories are out there. So we want to assure persons that their information is safe. The information that's used, because I'm from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and the information is critical in terms of informing policies and practices within the government. This is one of the core surveys that we use in terms of decision making. So it is critical, and so we want to encourage the public to participate because they have a voice in terms of the plan.
Prof, is a young people thing, a old people thing? Is that everybody thing?
Well, we start at age 15, so everybody 15 years and older will be eligible to participate. Of course, there is a scientific process to ensure national representation. So we select specific communities, and then within each community, we select specific households, and then from each household, we select one individual.
How do you select a community? What's the criteria for that?
So the community selection is a random process. We work with the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, and we select a community based on, well, the probability proportionate to size, so that the larger communities are more likely to be selected. But it's the community selection is random. When we get to within the community, we do a select households at specific intervals, so like every 5th house or every 10th house. And then when we get to the house, we will try to look at the number of people living in the household, and there's a special method that we use to select one person per household.
Okay. Is there an area in Jamaica that you find, like, you know, more people have, you know, God forbid, cancer than any other area? Are there areas in Jamaica that some people, like in that area, a lot of people have this kind of illness?
So there are variations in health risks. So in the last survey, we looked at differences in things like blood pressure, body weight, diabetes by parish. We saw significant variations. We don't yet have enough information to say specifically that this area is more at risk, and that's one of the reasons why we're trying to make the surveys larger. So when we have larger surveys, we have more data points, and we should be able to say which areas carry greater risk over time.
Yep. Dr. Andreen, I suspect you would know what went on in the last one.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Anything surprise you there? Did you expect what you got?
Well, for the ministry, we want to track the trends in terms of chronic diseases and risk factors over time. So I think what is concerning for us is that there is an increasing trend in terms of our chronic disease and risk factors. And so it is critical to monitor so that our programs that we we can be able to address some of this. So we found that there has been an increase in hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, obesity over time.
Right across. This is not a specific area.
This is national information.
You guys have started already? Where is it now? When do you end?
So we started in January. We've started in the St. Andrew area first, and then we're expanding out. We should be in St. Thomas, St. Catherine, then we're getting St. Anne, Portland, St. Mary. We get to the west later on, especially given the hurricane last year.
Right.
So the west will probably be the last, but we should be getting into most communities by April, and we're expecting to be finished by around about June.
And the results would be?
The results should be ready by January of 2027, because of course we have to clean the data, do the various analyses, and then we should have the results ready by January.
This is so interesting. I'm so very interested in this. This is so interesting. And I'm anxious to hear the findings. Thank you both for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you both for your service. God bless you both. Director of, here we go again, Epidemiology Research Unit at the Caribbean Institute of Health, Research Professor Trevor Ferguson, and Dr. Karen Webster-Carr. Yeah, she's from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Great to see you, and keep up the amazing work. All right, going to go for a break. When we come back, Caribbean Check-In, someone you would have seen in Jamaica for many, many, many moons. Adelia will have a chat with her. Soon come. Here she is.